Hi guys, today I want to talk about unused asset. It's a follow-up to a video that I did previously. I was having a chat with a childhood buddy of mine. We grew up together, went to the same primary school. Then after primary school, our paths deviated. So me, I went all the way to the university and all that. For him, he took a different path. He remained here in the upcountry. Currently, he's doing daily farming, tea farming, and all that. And we're just catching up and having a conversation in terms of how life has treated us over the past few years. And one thing that came out from our conversation is yes, we might have gone our different paths, but eventually it all came down to satisfaction. So myself, I feel satisfied in terms of the career choice that I took. Him, he feels also satisfied in terms of what he's able to achieve. And especially he was just breaking down the maths for me. Like for him, he has 2 cows. I think you can see some of the cows behind me here. Uh, okay, here I'm at Ticrest Farmstead. So for him, he has just 2 cows that are dairy cows that are able to give him a net income of around 20,000 a month. He has a small tea farm, and he does manual jobs in terms of contracts here and there. So in a typical month, he will do maybe 30,000 in terms of net. Remember, the guy is staying in his own house, in his own farm. He's not paying for rent. He's not paying for transport. The kids go to the public primary schools and the secondary schools in the region. So in terms of his like monthly, I'll say direct expenditure, it was coming to around maybe 15,000 thereabout in terms of the basics that he needs to provide for. So he has a cool net 15K that he remains for investment, and that's what now here. And according to him, he's happy. He's happy. He's okay. He's able to pay for school fees. He's able to pay for food. He has electricity. He has a 3-bedroom house. And the dude is happy. He's just living his life. For me, I took now the corporate ladder, blah, blah, blah. You know the story. But what came out very clearly is in terms of one, self-satisfaction, that is something that you define yourself. You cannot use standards that have been defined by others to be able to gauge if your life is happy or not. So it is in terms of how do you see yourself, or how do you self-actualize yourself, by typically just understanding what is important to you, to your life, and also what do you need in terms of an income to be able to stay a comfortable life. So a lot of you would say maybe 30K is very minimal or menial, but it's based on what? It's based on, let's say you want to stay in Lavington or in Modaiga or in Karen. So 30K for sure will not take you anywhere. And I'm not saying it's bad to dream, because I've also gone through that whole route in terms of dreaming big and also achieving big things and all that. But sometimes we look down on people who we think are lesser than us because maybe their income is low, and maybe they're not doing the fancy stuff that we were taught or made to believe that is how success is measured. But what I learned from that friend of mine is that it does not matter how much you make. It does not matter what the world defines you. As long as you can be able to define your own success, stick to it and live it and enjoy it, you'll have a fulfilling life, either at the countryside, at the city, at a big corporate life. But the key word here is be able to define what is enough for you. Because if you do not have that ceiling, if you do not have that threshold, then you will get yourself in a race that is perpetual. Today you're making 100K, tomorrow you make 1 million, the other day you make 10 million, you make 1 billion, but you'll still feel empty because you are racing to a race to nowhere. But as long as you know, if I have 100K or I have 200K or I have a 30K like my friend, and he's happy, he's content, he has his TV, he has his whatever it's called, what, internet connectivity. So whatever things he needs to follow up in the social media, he's able to do that. He's able to connect with his friends. He's able to have the interactions that make him fulfilled, and he was happy. So when we were just having a walk and you realize, yes, I took a different path, he took a different path, but eventually everybody has their own definition of happiness. And it's extremely important for you to define what is that destination and how does it look like, so that you have a goal. You don't get yourself into a perpetual race that has no end. So, food for thought. Just think about it and yeah, look around. Also, for those unused assets around you that can actually give you the life that you're looking for, dreaming for, but you are not focusing on them as you focus on somebody else's dream or somebody else's definition of success. Tyra's here. Let's have a chat. See you.